It's a big day for Bama recruiting. The cold summer cookout is underway, and some of the best players in the country, including that number one recruiting class, and a bunch of five-star guys are in Tuscaloosa. Also, don't forget that 26 class, and we're going to talk about some of Alabama's big targets, but some of the best players in America are in Tuscaloosa as well for that 2026 class. Alabama lost a commitment for 26. We're going to talk about that. The Olympics are underway, and there's a big Bama presence there. And how about our buddy Tua? He got a huge contract extension. All that right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. We say that every time because we want you to help us grow the channel. I mean, we do it every day for you guys, and it's 100% free. Remember that. So thank you for hanging, and roll Tide. Let's get this thing started.
Is it time for the cookout? I've been waiting on it. Come on. Get those hamburgers ready. We got a big recruiting weekend. Come on. How are you?
I like your hairnet.
You like the hairnet?
Yeah.
They've made me wear this thing all day long, and I tell you, it's scorching out here, but we got to get these recruits. We got to get these recruits fed, Nick.
So you're at the cold summer cookout right now. doing your thing. I like your spatula.
You like my spatula? Yeah,
all right, let's start with some five stars. What are you going to give Keelon Russell, the 5-star quarterback from Duncanville, Texas, that flipped from SMU to Alabama? What's he getting in the cookout?
Ribeye steak, medium well, please. Let's serve that baby up. Let's go,
man. I love that Ty Haywood came onto this class. You know, we weren't expecting to have that last offensive lineman, but you know, when you find a guy that fits your culture, and that's something that Courtney Morgan has talked about. You know, like, hey, if we can find somebody that fits our culture and the chemistry's right and they can help us win, you know, we'll find a spot for him. This is a guy that is near and dear to our hearts because he grew up in Mississippi, even though he's living in Texas. And they're huge Alabama fans. Mom's Alabama fan. He's Alabama fan. So cool that they're at your cookout today. And I love the fact that this guy is one of the players that we talk about on a daily basis right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great class. It's coming in to have the cookout, and we talked about it yesterday. It's sort of like it's almost like that, would it be Labor Day celebration? I know Labor Day is coming up. That's the unofficial end of summer. But that's what it is right now because practice starts next week.
Yeah.
You know, so this is it. I mean, we're having a big bang here. Where's my hairnet? We're having a big bang here and having these players in not only from, you know, the 25 class and 26 class. I mean, they're feeding a lot of kids and making that last impact on the same day that Auburn is having theirs. And Caleb Cunningham said, thanks, but no thanks.
Well, one guy from that 26 class that Alabama would love to bring in is the big offensive lineman, Jackson Cantwell. Remember, he's called Mr. Olympics because, you know, mom and dad were great athletes and were in that Sydney games. And he's a Missouri lean, I guess, early, but a 5-star prospect. And he's going to be there today.
Yeah, he's a Missouri lean. And Mick, you haven't been very high on Missouri. And I am.
Yeah, you are.
If they get this guy, then, you know, I'm not saying Katie bar the door, you know, for Georgia or whatever, but, well, we don't even have divisions anymore. So there you go. That throws that out the window. But still, they're going to field a good football team. and I'm looking forward to see what they do. But yeah, we're looking for Mr. Olympic there. We're looking for several others. Akylin Dear comes to mind. I think we're going to get a commitment from someone this weekend. Just wait and watch.
Yeah, yeah. One of the guys from that 26 class I talked about with Jake Coker on the Elephant in the Room podcast, and I think is worth mentioning, is Anthony Jones, the edge rusher from St. Paul's Episcopal. That's where Jake went.
Yeah.
5-star, slightly Auburn lean, but Alabama has dominated the St. Paul's high school recruiting for a long time. You know, this guy's going to get coveted by everyone. You know, Jake described him as the biggest, strongest guy on the football field, 6'4", 230, and just an absolute athlete. So he's going to be there as well. These are the type of players that Alabama is bringing to the table. The recruiting class for 25 it's not signed, sealed, and delivered, but it's pretty close to being complete, right?
Yeah.
The 26 class is one that these guys are having a lot of time to work with and build. And these are the type of players that if this is one of the commitments you got, say if they did, I mean, I don't know if he's even close to that, but this is one of the players in the state of Alabama that you just can't afford to lose. You got to impress this kid during the cookout.
Yeah. Alabama's really been, they've always had a fight or a battle for the Montgomery area or Mobile area with LSU.
Yeah, you're right.
This is what I would call a man child.
Mm-hmm.
You look at his size and everything. This isn't no high school football kid. This is a full grown man. I bet you he eats 3 cheeseburgers today.
Blaine Bradford's going to be there. He is from Baton Rouge, and everybody thinks he's going to Baton Rouge. But Alabama has gone into, and now that was with Nick Saban and his relationship with the high school coaches there. But they've gone in there before and netted some of these big prospects. But it is a good sign that, even though he's a heavy LSU lean, an athlete, 4-star, Texas is in on the conversation, and a bunch of other teams as well. I mean, he's got offers from, pretty much everybody, but that he's going to be in Tuscaloosa, probably going to be a safety.
I mean, you have to stay in the conversation for these guys. And let me remind you, Nick Saban's not gone. I mean, he may not be the head football coach,
right? But
he has a role there at Alabama. And he still knows people, and I'm sure he still talks to a lot of people.
Yeah, right.
I mean, he has shown that he's not going to interfere, but when he's needed, he's going to be there, and that brings up big element to this, new coaching staff to have this guy a phone call away.
Yeah.
I mean, it's huge.
Yep. No, I'm with you on that. Now, one guy that won't be there is Jamarrion Gordon, 4-star cornerback. He flipped from Alabama to UCF. That's surprising to me. And who knows? He's a 26 commit. I mean, or prospect. I mean, it's a long road between now and then. But you hate to lose any guy, and especially to UCF.
Well, that tells me that maybe there might be some writing on the wall. I don't know. We've talked about that on previous shows. Look, 24/7, I think, has him as a 3-star. And no disrespect, but you've got to keep these kids, and we've talked about them on the show before, in state. And Jackson traditionally has a very good high school football program. He's 5'11", 185, and looking at his film, he's a great athlete. I mean, he finishes sophomore season with 30 tackles and a couple tackles for loss, and even had a better year as a freshman.
Right. Yeah.
So
Juice, right? This is Juice Gordon.
Right. So, I don't know what made him flip. Maybe there's some, writing on the wall. I don't know. I mean, I know Auburn was after him, Florida, some other SEC schools. What gets me is his flip to UCF. And that's not a disrespect to that program, but I'm thinking your flip, there's got to be something there. You flip from Alabama to UCF? I mean, come on.
Yeah, we'll see how it ends up, but that was news yesterday. All right, switching gears, the Olympics has started up. That actually started earlier this week with some of the sports that they couldn't get in the time span, but they had the opening ceremonies. And our friend Tony Tsoukalis put out a story I thought was interesting. 17 past and present Crimson Tide athletes at the Olympics.
Yeah, I mean, the Olympics got underway yesterday. A great opening ceremony there, and loved watching it, and loved seeing our athletes. There we've got a couple with gymnastics. We have several with swimming. Most of them are with swimming and track and field. And then we have one with.
I'm just laughing at your background. You had the hair.
Get the weenies ready. Jeez, how long do I have to wait around here?
I love that you're by the grill. Like you just.
I mean, it's hot out here, and then I've lost my hairnet, and I can't cook anymore, and I'm gonna have to remember when Grandma would used to get with you after this, just hit your hand, But golf and tennis, and but several athletes, and it's great to see the Crimson Tide represented at the Olympics. It's a big deal.
Yeah. So, we'll see what happens. I enjoy the Olympics. Always fun to see what happens there. And then how about this little piece of news? This little nugget. Tua, 4-year. Look at that contract with the Dolphins.
$212 million. What is he going to do with all that money? Can he give us a loan?
He better done it. He better throw a little of that cash in the NIL fund for the future of Alabama.
Yeah, really. He needs to pony up and remember where he comes from. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But no, congratulations to him. He's a fine young man, and he deserves it. I just hope he doesn't get hurt. That's what I was always worried about with him.
I know. I loved him, man. I loved him.
I did too, man.
God, I loved him. He was he might be my favorite. I mean, Bryce Young, great one too.
Jake Coker, if you're watching, this is your co-host here, Mick Gillespie.
Well, I've always told him the same thing, and I always, and I'll be honest, he's not on here. I always liked him too. Honestly,
I know.
I mean, and I didn't know I'd ever be working with him or friends with him, but I always liked him. Are
y'all cooking out today to enjoy the the big day? And I didn't get an invite, or what's the deal?
No, I got baseball today, so I would love that. Although Ryan Anderson did invite me, and you just kind of brought this up, and I'll tell you guys about it. They're doing a football camp in Daphne on August the 3rd from 10 to 3 for ages 7 to 15, Daphne High School. But it's Ryan Anderson and Jonathan Walton. TJ Yeldon's going to be there. Michael Pierce, one of my favorite former Ravens. Eric Lee. And Torin McGadster, who I don't remember him, but he went to South Carolina. But that's going to be great, man.
Can you pronounce that name one more time?
McGaster.
Okay.
Torin McGaster. That's that right?
Yeah, that's it. They'll be at Daphne, and it'll be worth it. I mean, the camp is great, and I love to see these former players get back to their communities and do these camps. It means a lot to these kids.
Man, if you guys don't know Ryan Anderson yet, he is just a fantastic person, man. Forget about how good of a football player he was. He's really funny. He's a generous guy, and support that camp. If you're down in LA, like where I live, it's definitely worth it. All right, guys, let me remind you that before Brett comes on and takes over the show, that we're presented by Pearl River Resort over in Philadelphia, Mississippi. And we want you to just know that it's a really fun place to go hang out. Table games and slots. They also have Dancing Rabbit Golf Course, which is the Augusta that you can play. They have the sports book. You go there. It's like Vegas style, a lot of seating. Got the window where you can make your bets, the kiosks and all that stuff. And if you spend $50, you can play Dancing Rabbit, which is the Augusta that you can play, right? Without a membership, $40 to do that. So it's really cool. The water park's great, and they make this show free. I'll just tell you that right now. They support us, and we appreciate them so much. And also, again, our deal right now with New Life Art, and I'm going to put this back on the screen here. If you buy this year's calendar and you buy it with the promo code Bama Tailgate, Daniel Moore will hand sign it right on the side. So you make sure that when you get the calendar that you sign it, that you use the Bama Tailgate, and you get this right here autographed. So check that out. It's pretty cool. And it's going to be a lot of fun to get that. And he signed a calendar for me. I got it framed. He's the best that's ever done those. Okay. All right. With that said, this guy's about to take over the show. I see he's got his hairnet back on.
Yeah, they were after my beard hairs. They were getting the food.
River Resort. They call him Big Sexy, coming at you from the Walker County. Jasper is his hometown. He's known for giving free rundowns. Oh, Big Sexy, throwing out those Alabama thoughts, sneaking out your mom's window without getting caught. It gives you the XPs, but Big Elmo is here to please. Big Sexy Elmo on the Bama Tailgate Show.
We always love to have fun. And have you ever seen, seriously, the hairnet on the beard and the head?
I don't know if I've ever seen that, but I guess
yes,
it is something.
They will make you do it if you have a beard. Yeah, but you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
Mick doesn't have any facial hair, even though one time he grew what may be the world's best mustache. Are you going to bring it back or what?
I love the mustache, you know that, but it didn't get the reviews that I wanted it to get.
I know someone who really loved it. Our friend Bull. Today is July the 27th. And let's see, the celebrity birthdays today. Is Norman Lear still alive? Did he pass away or is he alive? He was the producer for all these shows that we talk about, like
like all the 80s shows and stuff.
All in the Family.
Yeah. Didn't he write the music for some of those too?
He may have, but he was a huge TV producer. Now, he may have passed away. I can't remember. If he has not, he's 102. And seriously, I thought he was still alive.
He died in 2023.
Okay. All right. Okay. He died right after his birthday, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember that. Comedian Bill.
Well, hold on. I'm going to give you some of his shows here. Sanford and Son, One Day at a Time, The Jeffersons, Good Times, Mauled.
Yeah.
All in the Family.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, those are some shows. You and I both love Sanford and Son. So
Right, yeah. It was absolutely great, and he was a wonderful producer and had a legendary career. So he passed away at the age of 101.
okay.
It would have been his birthday.
Hey, look, if I can get that far, if I get to 101, I mean, I'm not even halfway through life yet.
Yeah, really, me too. Would you want to live to be 101?
If I had good health, I could be the old guy that, has a bunch of good stories and stuff.
Hey, let me tell you about that one time I did this show with
this one time at band camp.
Yeah, the one time. Comedian Bill Engvall is 67 today.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
Maya Rudolph, the comedian, she's 52.
A lot of comedian birthdays today.
Yeah. And let's see, what else have we got? If you're looking for something to celebrate today,
let's celebrate something.
Let's see.
Let's celebrate the cold summer cookout.
I'd love to be there, man.
I can't wait to get into talking football.
Yeah, me too. I mean, we're folks are like, we need to talk more football and everything. Give me some football to talk about.
Yeah, right.
It's very hard. But today is Take Your Pants for a Walk Day.
Okay, what's that even mean?
I don't either. I don't know. And take your houseplants for a walk. If you want to look like the weirdo neighbor, take your houseplant for a walk.
I saw this app that it's I didn't use it or anything, but I just saw it and it like you take a picture of your unhealthy house plant and it tells you how to make it healthy. I thought that's a great idea because some plants need milk and some need coffee. Yeah, there's different stuff that you use to save them. It just isn't just water and sunshine sometimes, it's other stuff.
This day in history, Bugs Bunny made his official debut this day in 1940.
Yeah, something tells me that Bugs would get canceled these days. I wasn't a huge Bugs Bunny fan, but I watched the cartoons a lot. I mean, it just wasn't my bag. But I wonder if I went back and watched it now, if I would kind of get the humor a little bit more because I'm older.
You probably would, and probably catch some adult humor in there that they threw in there just to do it. 1984, this is right up your alley. Pete Rose passes Ty Cobb's record for most singles in a career with his 3,503rd hit.
Yeah, I'm friends with Pete Rose's agent. I didn't get a chance to see him when we were in Vegas. Normally do that. And it was because we were out there. We just had so much fun, really. I mean, I could go back again. It was fantastic, dude. But that time was so short. But I've met Pete. I've always liked Pete. I think that it's time to figure out a way to
put him in the Hall of Fame. Give me a break.
It's just but there's enough going on in this game with stuff that's bad that you can't just be dependent on him. He had a whole team cheat one year and win the World Series, and a whole bunch of guys did steroids, and I don't know. People might, but I would tell you what changed my mind is Ryan Sandberg was a friend of mine, and he's in the Hall of Fame, and he's the one that was like, Pete Rose belongs in the Hall of Fame. He needs to be on the dais. He's the best player I played against, and I think he belongs in there. So.
Well, that was two fibs that you gave me when I met you in Vegas. Was one, might go meet Pete Rose, and number two, how hot it was out there.
Well, man, and honestly, I text Mike and his agent, and he was going to hang with us. Yeah, let's figure it out. And then, do you know how fast it went, man? I mean, really, with the concerts and everything.
You.
I did lie. I lied straight to your face on the Heat because I thought
you lied. Yeah. Now I will not forgive that. That part, I'm not forgiving.
I told
you absolutely lied to me.
I said it has nothing to do. This isn't. What did I say? This has nothing on Southern heat, and then when you got there,
it's a different kind of heat, Brett. You'll be fine.
And then you got
out
there.
Hot outside. I walked out of the airport and I got hit by the heat. And I said, I'm going to kill him.
You got out there. I was like, yeah, this is how you cremate bodies.
You're right. Good grief.
Shit. That's so funny.
Speaking of the Olympics, it was this day in 1996. A pipe bomb explodes in Atlanta at Centennial Olympic Park, killing one person and injuring more than 100. Have you watched that documentary?
Yeah, they got the wrong guy. They thought it was a security guard.
Right, yeah.
And ruined the guy's life. I didn't watch it, but I remember when it happened, because we all thought that that's who did it. And then, come to find out it was the guy that was blowing up abortion centers and stuff.
Eric Rudolph, right?
Eric Rudolph, yeah.
Yeah.
Shame, man.
And when you was watching the I think it's on Netflix, I'm not sure. It's on one of the streaming channels, but when you watch it, this guy's like a loser who lives with his mom, and he's like, "Mama, there's police outside. I think they're gonna get me," and they come in and they're like, and she's crying. She's like, "My baby didn't do this and all this," and I'm like, this is terrible acting, but a great story.
Yeah, right.
It really was. And that is a look at this day in history.
Well, Brett, I guess we can make it official. Can I congratulate you?
Sure.
Well, Brett, this guy's worked really hard. And I honestly, man, you guys and you comment, and we love you so much. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. We appreciate you more than you guys know. You make doing this fun for us every day to read your comments and kind of laugh along with us. We ask you to share the show because we just want to help build the audience, but it's kind of like our own little thing that we do every day with you guys and us. And when Brett leaves, he does stuff at WJLX radio in Jasper, and then, he's got a country station there, but he's like branched out. He's become a mogul. And we heard from our friends in Hamilton, which they know that he's got a station there. And then in Haleyville now, you officially became the owner of a station in Haleyville. And these are markets that don't have their own radio stations, so you kind of bring it, you taking over. I mean, you're like doing this, but the Haleyville station was yesterday. And the last thing I want to say is that Haleyville is a very, very important city to me, because there was a guy named Mark Forrester that lived there, and I'm friends with his brother Thad. And I wear this bracelet every single day for my friend that went to Alabama with me and died in one of our wars, the war in 2005 in Iraq. And then Mark Forrester, who is from Haleyville, died 2010 in Afghanistan. He was a hero. And and I actually helped raise money one year for a scholarship for Haleyville High School in his honor. And so I'm so excited that Brett's taken over this station, because and I've been telling him for a while, like, it'd be so great to just remember what Mark meant and to the community. And then I know the job that you do. So not to tie those two things together, but congratulations, man, and adding this station to your resume and, to your family of stations.
No, I appreciate it, Mick. And Mick and I share a lot of the same values, which is why we work so well together about radio and what it really means. And radio is important to community. And I was able to bring back a station in Hamilton that had gone away. The owner had died, and it meant a lot to the people of that community. And then in Haleyville, the gentleman that kind of saved that station, it was been on the air since 1947, I think. He kind of saved it, and he's ready to retire. And I was willing to take over the reins of that and kind of add to it, and look forward to it. I mean, we've got 92.7 in Haleyville, we got 90.1 in Hamilton, and of course 101.5 in Jasper. But no, I appreciate it. 88.5 in Jasper as well. But no, I appreciate it, Meg.
Hey, congratulations. Hey, guys, thank you. Roll Tide, and we will talk to you soon.